What's going on, everyone? We're going to do a trade recap review on a trade that I took today, trading the E-mini NASDAQ 100. So ticker symbol is going to be NQ. What we are looking at here is the 5-minute time frame. My chart has a couple of different supply and demand zones on it. You can see the P&L here, 27.10 on the day. Now, obviously, this is just shown on NinjaTrader. There's still some commissions taken out of that, so it's not quite 2,700. It's obviously less than that minus commissions. But what we are looking at here is the overview of today, right? So if we're looking at the 5-minute time frame, we're going to open up here at 6:30 in the morning. We dip down into this demand zone. Now, I keep my supply and demand zones on my chart just continuously running. If they run out of space, I just extend them until those levels get validated or invalidated, and I continue to watch and play these levels, because time and time again they come into play, and you need to be ready to know how to react to these particular levels. So if we kind of look at where we started off the open, dipped into yesterday's and this week's demand zone, we held, we never had any continuation follow through. Now we had maximum potential to kind of get down into 13,425, never confirmed below the demand zone. You can see here started to push higher. Now if you guys have been watching my videos and learning how to scalp, you guys know I have a couple of things on my chart. That's the 200, that's the 20, and then I draw my supply in my demand zone. So for scalpers, if you guys were looking for that play, that cross play, where we get some price action that's either trading below or over the 20 SMA, we need that change in trend. If you notice here at 7:10 in the morning Pacific Standard Time, we get that change in trend off of demand. Okay, so once there's no follow through, you would have had essentially two trades that you could have taken here off the open. Now we got the initial breakdown, which you could have shorted this into demand. So that price would have been 13,504. We get a close below the 20 SMA, below the 200. The next candle here at 650 confirms that, and we go from a price of 13,504 all the way down to a price of 13,486. So you're talking about a 15-20 point move in a matter of 5 minutes. Now if you're playing mini contracts, this would be more than enough to kind of take it and call it a day. As we come down into the demand zone, we want to make sure that we're locking in those profits. Why are we locking in profits? Because anytime you have a previous area of demand or support, you expect buyers to step in. When you get to a level of resistance, a level of prior supply, you would expect sellers to step in. Until those levels get validated and confirmed, then we have to respect the ranges. So we want to make sure we're selling into demand. We want to make sure that when we do not have follow through and we start to hold, you need a green over red candle close. So as soon as we pop here, you could play this out of demand using the low as your stop and continue to ride this where, guys, into the next area of supply. Your next area of supply would have been the 20 SMA. That price, if you would have got in over the red candle here, you would have been looking at a 13,495 entry. You would have been selling at around 13,507, so another 10-point move there. Now, if you get to my strategy, the strategy that I teach in Evolution Traders over in the Discord, that link is down in the description box below. Look at the candle close here at 7:10 over the 20 SMA. What are we waiting for in this particular situation? We're waiting for a confirmation over that candle that closes over the 20 SMA. This is not rocket science. I'm not trying to make this strategy very, very hard. We're simply sitting looking for 1-2 things to happen. We need it to close over the 20 SMA. We need the next candle to take it out high side. We jump into that next candle high side and we ride it up. Depending on your position sizing and how much points you're looking for, I always say start scaling off at 10, 12, 13, 14 points, hold a runner. Obviously, if you're playing micros, then maybe you can look for 15, 20, 25 points. You can hold it a little bit longer. Same thing on the short play here. So we get into this play here. Yes, it kind of trickles around here, maybe puts you into a drawdown for 5-10 minutes here. Nothing to be too concerned about. We never get a close below the 20 SMA. Again, this trade would become invalid to the long side. If we did close back under the 20 and 200 SMA, we would play it back down into demand. However, just continues to trickle into where, guys? Look at this red box here. Now this red box, if I bring up the hourly time frame, okay, this red box that we have here, this supply zone is going all the way back to Tuesday, right? So if today is Wednesday, going back to yesterday's highs, we need to take out yesterday's highs, and you would expect some choppiness action to happen here. But as soon as we get over yesterday's highs, we got a lot of open space. You can see NASDAQ absolutely exploded. So let's get back into this particular trade here. We're kind of looking at yesterday's highs in this red box here, which is our supply zone. We get the initial pop in here. We don't just want to jump in full face. What we want to see here is we want to break this demand or this supply zone, and then we want to confirm the new high above the supply zone. Again, I'm going to make this very clear. As we come out of our previous demand, we close back over the 20 SMA. We are now long biased. We are long biased due to the fact that we held demand, we closed over the 20, and we're trading over the 200. So the trend is up for the day. What we are looking for next is to sell if you took this into your supply zone. So if you were to get in at 13,510, 13,513, we could have sold for a matter of 20, 25, 30 points almost into the supply zone. And depending on your position sizing, you could have been done for the day. Now, I was trading options in the morning time. I was watching Meta, I was watching Tesla and Nvidia, so I wasn't really having eyes on the chart. By the time I get to the charts here, we're doing this New York lunch hour session here, where we're chopping around this supply zone. What I'm looking for here is break supply and then confirm supply. Okay, so I want to break through, and then I want a candle to close over our new high above supply. We have a candle that breaks supply here, no confirmation. We pull all the way back down into support. We come up into supply again, we break supply, new high 13,561, no confirmation. We pull right back into the 20, and then we start to push higher. This candle here at 9:30 is the candle that I jumped into. I jumped into 5 NQ contracts, jumped in here. We finally now get over the two previous new highs, which if this is our pivot, right? If this is our supply zone, the new highs become our pivot. The confirmation over the pivot becomes our entry. I'm going to say that one more time. If the red box is our supply zone, going back to yesterday's high, what we're looking for is a break of supply, put in a new high, that becomes our pivot. Our entry becomes the confirmation over the pivot. I hope that makes sense. I'll say it one more time just to be clear, because we have to hear these things over and over and over again. Green box's previous demands from yesterday, 20 SMA, 200 SMA, we want to be over that to be long biased. We have yesterday's high, which is our new supply zone. What we need to see have happen here is break yesterday's high and put in a new high. As soon as we do that, that becomes our what's called a pivot. Our pivot point is the indicator to get into a trade to the long side. We're over the 20, we're over the 200. We've held and bounced outside of our previous demand zone. What we need to have happen is to confirm the pivot. We're throwing our money. We're diving headfirst into this candle here at 9:30 on the break of the pivot, and then we continue to ride it. If you look at the entry price here, 13,561, we get in, we put in a high to 13,568. Next candle pushes up to 13,77, and then we get a candle to 87. So you can see in a matter of 3 candles, we go up a matter of 25, 23 points. We continue to push higher. We continue to push higher. I sold here on the red candle. I was thinking that it was going to drop and close below this. I anticipated it a little bit, sold out of my position here. So if you look at the entry from 13,561 all the way up to a price of 607, we are talking about almost a 40-point move. Almost a 40-point move in a matter of 20 minutes. This is a phenomenal trade. That's how I was able to pull the money out of the markets today. Again, the trade continued to go for another 30 points. But that's what I want to show you guys. You have to trust supply and demand. You have to trust technical analysis, and you have to dive into those entries. If we're not diving into those entries and we're sitting back and we're waiting and we're waiting and we're waiting for more confirmation, you are going to get slapped in the face. You're going to take a trade. It's going to go into drawdown. You're going to quickly sell. You're going to go the opposite way, thinking that you're a magician and you're going to just guess where the market's going. You're going to get trapped. You're going to get stopped. You're going to go back long. It's going to be a never-ending cycle. If you're going to scalp and you're going to be a day trader, you have to understand, where are you diving into? Where are you going to put your money? What are you looking for in the particular trade? Do you have your directional bias ready? Are you long biased? Are you short biased? And is the charts matching up with your bias? I hope you guys enjoy the video. Make sure to like, comment, subscribe. If you guys want to trade with me, I trade futures as well as options. Normally options I'm trading within the first 2 hours of the day, and then I'm kind of flipping over to the futures side of things. Join the Discord, link down in the description box below. If you guys want access to one-on-one coaching where you guys can learn my entire strategy, get access to one-on-one live trading with myself, and I build you guys out a personal trading plan based on your account size and go over some mindset and development, kind of the ways to develop the mind for trading. Definitely become a lifetime member. You can see all that information down in the description box below, and I'll see you guys all next time.